Huh. We playing this game already? How is that possible? How am I playing this game unless it's... Oh, it's right here. Okay. I was about to say, how have I already, like, lost paint when I've just reorganized? Okay, so I have... We're going to be using tan skin, linen white, oil leather, moth green, and of course, the fabled, the infamous clear phthalo green. And we're going to do it on the cloak. So, here we go. I'm going to take some of the oiled leather here, put it down, mix it in with the phthalo green. We'll just do 50-50, make a little patch here. And then I'm going to mix in some of the tan skin. There we go. This should be pretty much good for our first, like, highlight. I know I was gonna go live at 4, but I feel really, like, sick today. I think it's something to do with my allergies. Since we had, crazy storms. Big storm system come through. But yeah, I'm just, like, beat, man. Chest is tight. You name it. But I just took a bunch of medicine before coming on here, so hopefully it kicks in, but I figured I'd rather get this over with sooner than later today. HEs. Okay, so make it back over one more time. I forget what extra stuff you got. Yeah, let me know if there were any problems or anything, obviously. Hey, David. Hopefully there weren't any problems. But it's happened before. Smoothing out some of that. Alright, Frodo. We're just going super thin. I'll have to mix more of this. Unfortunately. Sorry though. As we go brighter and brighter. And really kind of the cloak, well, because remember we're going to make this sword glow. So the cloak is going to be affected. Alright, so now we need to dry. We'll go back in. Alright, let's mix more. So what do? We did Phthalo, a little bit of that, a little bit of that, and there we are again. It's pretty easy. Oh, sorry, I'm not like on it. Alright, I need to, we need to do the shoulder actually. In general, I don't really want to go brighter up here, but for this color it should be okay. And then I need to taper right here, into here. Alright, so need to dry a little bit. Actually, actually, yeah, because we need to go back in one more time. I'm going to mix up a little bit more pigment here. There we go. Hair on me there. I'm just tapering with water right underneath the shoulder there. Little cascade going. And all the paint's still wet, so that's why I'm able to move it around. As long as you're just using water, you can like reshape all your highlights. Okay, so do these little parts down here. I feel like this is a little bit brighter. I guess it just depends. Once it dries, I can compare. It's slightly, barely. So we'll go a little bit thinner. Should I have them on a, well, I can put them on a handle if I need to, but definitely not concerned with the front by the blade. And we'll go back up on here. Here, let me fix all this. So we'll get it on the same level of brightness as Frodo. Up layering there. But so, all right, now we're gonna do a little bit of a trick here. Airbrush. That's not good. Where did the... I thought oh, right here. I'm gonna take jungle moss. I don't know why this airbrush does that. This is the new one. Or rather the compressor. I don't know what's rattling. Let me see. Whatever. How's this clogged? It's brand new. Good old Reaper paint. It's clogged, brand new. Seems to be a common problem. Alright, so we got that. And then I'm gonna grab like a little bit of Noir Black. Like 1 drop. There we go. Some water. Just get a nice and dark green. And this has the Army Painter thinner in it. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm essentially aiming for the harsh transitions in between the shadows. Is the... That's always so confusing to me whenever it's playing in the background. Okay. Alright, so let's do this real quick. So that may have been pretty subtle, but I sprayed it right here and right there. So wherever I have those transitions, right, I'm just spraying the darker color covered up. So I'm going to do it right here. This will be much more noticeable because I went way too far down. Okay, so we clean that up. Alright, clean up this. Right under there. Right. Okay. Frodo here. A little bit in the sort of interior flip right here. Very subtle. Clean that up. Alright, now it's smooth. There you go. And that's pretty close to the color I want it to be. We'll go a little bit brighter, but I think that's probably good. Okay, so I did 1 tip. Let me put some here to weigh this down. I did 1 tip of moss green. Sorry, my bad, moth green. And then a tipful of the phthalo green. And this should be brighter than what we were dealing with previously. Let me see if I can get this out of my face. There we go. Okay. This is just going to be a really subtle highlight, but it's going to go much more. Let's do one more little tipful of the moth green. Here we go. This whole time, right, we've been using a cool tone green, and this highlight is going to push us into that yellow green instead of a bluish green. Let's go ahead and I feel like I'm gonna be much more comfortable. There we go. I'm gonna bring this highlight a little bit further back than I was a second ago. So in the front, it should be a pretty green, all right? Do this edge here. Now the highlight that I have going on the corner here, like technically isn't correct with that sharp edge, but it just makes the turn more dynamic, so, you know. Because it should technically be like curve and go up the side there, but who's counting? I'll do the bottom edge. Do this a little bit thinner so I can taper. There we go. A little bit more of a taper there. And then I kind of barely want this color right here. Put a little bit right here, coming from the crease, and then up the center right there, like so. Crease, down the edge, up the center a little bit. We're getting close to the territory where the colors will be tinted from the blades. We're going to kind of chill on that, but I will do this bottom corner right here, just a little. And then we want to do a highlight at least up there because the sword will make it brighter, and then we'll tint it whenever we get to that point. There's like a rogue hair stuck to him. Okay. Works for me. Hopping over Sam. So for his shoulder, it's going to go down, edge. And we want to kind of create this rounded highlight right like this. I'm not just highlighting the whole shoulder, right? I'm kind of like creating a little arc. There you go. Edge. Crease. Middle, fanning out. Very bottom there. We'll do the hood. Same idea with this shoulder. Creating another curved arc highlight. And we'll do the inside edge here. Bottom corner. Into the crease more than anything else. Cool. Easy enough. I have too much water in my water pot here. Okay, so let's do Frodo's jacket. And we'll just go ahead and do this in like a auburn shadow to rust brown. So we'll grab auburn shadow and then rust brown. Slightly undermixed. We'll probably use the what was it? Leather? Oiled leather? Yeah, we may use that to mix into the highlight, but alright. Let's see how far off we are. So I'm gonna do 1-to-1 ratio, auburn shadow, rust brown. And this should be pretty easy to do. And keeping in mind, like, we're not going to go super bright up the arm or anything, so really I'm just sort of redefining our base coat structure, at least with this tone, because of course it'll be a glowing sword, and we want it to be brighter than the surrounding areas, that way it looks like it's really, really glowing. So I don't want to go too far in any direction really on any of the materials in this area, but do the top here. Volumetric shadow here, you can actually see the highlight. It's going to be kind of like a cylinder going through this path right here down to the edge. So now the job will just be to taper that in. On this side, a little bit different because it's kind of like right here and then just the edge. Nothing special. So that will be our job for the two sides there, so we can get started. A little bit thinner. And I'm pushing the paint with like the tip of my brush at a 45-degree angle to get that little transition. And then back onto this side, pulling it towards me. You mean the cheap ones? These, the Chinese ones on Amazon? They work pretty well. You can, I mean, you'd be surprised. So you can actually get a lot of utility out of them. But so the only limiting factor obviously is the fact that they're synthetic. So you just can't like thin paint like I am now. I mean, you can, but you won't have sort of the same type of control. But I use them for like, base painting, dry brushing if I ever do that. Anything with like a ton of texture, like meaning when I'm painting because I'm afraid it'll like tear up the good brushes, I'll still use those. I literally have like 50 in front of me. I think I have, the size 1 might be good, maybe too big. Or, I mean, I don't know, sort of like what size you're used to. Is it one happy choice, or is it a different brand? Let me know. I haven't looked in a long time, so. If it's one happy choice, I would go with the size 0. If it's not that brand, then go ahead and try size 1. Okay. Then I would try a size 0. That would be my suggestion. But you can try, I mean, obviously, get whatever you want. Oh, if you use a size 2, then, well, I mean, obviously, like, there is no uniform sizing between paintbrushes, but I've never messed with Raphael. I have once, but so I don't know, like, what the size would be. But yeah. No dick blick in Houston? Yeah. No dick blick here either. I'm trying to remember the last time I went to a dick blick. I think it was in New York. Alright, so there you go. You can see me just layering the highlight there. Hop over this side. And we're going to go barely brighter than this color, but... Other than feeling like crap today, I'm excited because we're going to be cooking like 4 meals at once. 4 freezer meals. For our deep freezer, we've been running low. Last time we did it was like January, so we definitely get our money's worth or savings worth anytime we do the big cooks. Alright, so with this, we're going to be going for there's a little hair, the tops. We're just waiting for the groceries to be delivered from Instacart. Unless it says like 8 p.m. Then that may be a little bit too late. But doing the cuff. Alright. You don't have anything that color, right? Alright, so now I'm just going to take rust brown and a little bit of the oiled leather mixed in. Some water. Where do I want to start? We'll start here. Do an edge and then underneath the little buttonhole there. And we'll do this top edge. And then very gently kind of stippling down our center highlight here. Not all the way though, just a little bit. Alright. Collar doing the, sorry, whatever, his wrist. We're doing the top, sides, and here we're just doing the sort of top middle of everything. And then starting in the inside of the shoulder, we'll do this entire fold, 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 and the top of the shoulder. So that should be much brighter than the actual, like, beyond the elbow portion of the sleeve. Okay. And then more of the oiled leather and some white. Edge of the cuff here. Like so. And just kind of dinging it up. Little fake scratchies. I want to do the left and right hand side of the buttonholes here. Then just sort of randomly stipple in a couple times in between. That way it's not a solid line. And I'm gonna do the same thing on the edge. I don't want like solid lines throughout this thing. I want it to look like it's modeled right. A little something like that. Alright, so that looks good. You might be able to mix down slightly back to the previous color. Just mix the two together. Yeah, there we go. So this is a nice little bridge color. And I'll use this to kind of stipple around wherever I just applied the previous color. And then we'll do another brief highlight here on the top of the arm and some scratchy on the shoulder. Okay, cool. Jacket's good. Vest underneath, I'm gonna grab rust brown. Sorry, rust brown, intense brown. Oh, thank you for the gift sub. I don't get like, I don't hear any audio stuff, but thank you. Okay. Ow, man. Oof. Okay, so we got that. We're just gonna be layering this in. Newish to Twitch. Appreciate it. I do not often get any subs on Twitch, so it is always newish for me. I'm just using this color directly now. Not much of this is visible, so not too awfully concerned. And I'm gonna do just straight up oiled leather on top of that. Go to the edges, highlight any folds, creases, you name it. I do have kind of like a shadow forced in on the edge here, where the jacket above is kind of casting a shadow. Like I could push that edge a lot further in, but I'm not. Alright, so that is probably fine. We don't really have, I mean, his undershirt, so whatever. I'll just take white, mix it with the oiled leather. More white. Can't even see it, sorry. Not that there's much to see. There you go. Okay. Simple enough. Now then, the pants, a little bit tricky here. Let's do dark skin. I've got dark skin, and this may be too dark, but we can probably mix in some of our neon green for a good highlight. That is definitely going to be too dark, so I'm going to take the moth green, the neon, and that will be what we mix with this to make a highlight color. There we go. Maybe a little bit darker. There we go. Some water on here. Why neon green? Because it will still have saturation to it. in terms of color, rather than just mixing in like a white or something that will just desaturate and neutralize everything. That is pretty boring, so that's why we avoid that. And as you can see, I mean, it's not like anybody's standing here screaming, "That's neon green!" Like, obviously it makes no discernible difference in tone. Or hue, rather. Right up here in the crotcherino. Now then, we do kind of have a volumetric thing going on here, but we'll just keep it simple. Towards the center of the knee, to right about there. Center of the thigh, tapering it to where it indents. And I would say that's pretty much it for those pants. I mean, we can go a little bit brighter. I'll get more of the moth green, mix it in. We can do like some edges here. Top of the fly, and we can do that little volumetric highlight right here, going down the center of the thigh to the knee. A little bit here, inner fly zone. Okay. Putting more on the knee. Alright, so his clothing is pretty much good to go, other than them little buttons there. But, so he's cool until we start figuring out the OSL effect, so pop him down. Let's get on our boy Sam here. Sam's got the same pants going on, so we're gonna use the exact same color we have next to do the pant. Now then, you can already see the reflection here coming from my light source that we're gonna be highlighting up through the middle there, because that is a cylinder, and that's the direction we're gonna keep it. So I'll do that now. Little highlights here and there. Do a little bit of the inside of the fly. What's funny is I think those two pock marks that are in there support damage. But it's alright, it's in shadow, right? Nobody knows but us. I'm gonna go back in a little bit thinner here. Okay. My wrist has been hurting all day. So now let's take, oh yeah, we have the backpack too, I forgot about that. Okay, so that'll be okay for the pants. So now we need to do his shirt. So I'm gonna take what we did previously where we had the oiled leather plus just some white. I'm gonna use this to like re-base coat everything here and really structure it out. Again, this is me just kind of resetting all the base tones, right? Because we applied a wash. Now that is a tricky angle. Remember, these miniatures are from RNEstudio. You can get them on the shop. I know a couple people bought them. Put an order in the mail yesterday. Had them. They also ordered the Miniature Monday set, which they did pay for the priming on, so I went ahead, I primed, here it's a secret, I primed their other miniatures too, just to be nice. But don't have it become an expectation. But they were a patron, so special privilege. All right, so I've added some more white. When I was a kid, I had a huge Games Workshop collection when all the movies were coming out, and I ended up selling it a few years later when I was starting this business and needed cash when I was doing the commission painting. I was able to get some money for them, which was good. But I mean, it was like, 80 Urukai and like just so many minis. And at the time, the game really wasn't popular. The game's kind of had a resurgence recently. Alright, I'll be a little bit further down. I'm sure I'll be right about there. Something like that. Alright, so you can see I'm just structuring out the shirt and we'll go a lot brighter here post this stuff. Oh, I don't know where you live, but I know GW stores were always pretty rare here in the US. It's a hard angle to get to because of the way he's holding the sword. Okay, we'll just have to go brighter here to section out between the arm and everything else, but it shouldn't be too difficult. Okay, more white. I'm just adding it to what we had previously. Now I'm going to be going down like the arm proper down the middle. Okay, that works pretty well. And I'm going to go down the interior side here. Highlight that. Just for fun, so that we kind of know where the edge of that shirt is. Same thing on the inside of the cuff. I don't know how I feel about this little section right here, but it'll have to do. Let's do deeper in the collar. Yeah. I didn't go deep enough inside there. All right. Right underneath the satchel strap. Top of the arm. The bicep. Make sure those two sections are kind of easy to understand. Alright, so that works enough for me for a white shirt. And then he's got his backpack. How are we doing on time? 4:30? So what, for an hour? Alright, so we have an hour left. So as long as we can finish up like all the other little details pretty soon, it should be easy. Good. Okay. I think it's hot in my room. Like I said, I've been feeling sick all day. Okay. Backpack time. So it's like this green, so why don't we do skin tone, moth green, white, more skin tone. More green. I made it too bright, too quick. There we go. A little bit of white. There it is. Cool. So that worked perfectly with the color we had before. I think we used a Games Workshop color. We used Nurgling green, if I'm not mistaken. It was drama. There we go. Nice little highlight across the top. This one more of a volumetric highlight just because I'm leaving a little bit of dark color right before the buckle there. You can see that shadow. That way you know it's rounded. You don't want the rounded shoulder strap police coming. Hey man, your painting looks like shit. Hey, how's it going? Okay, that'll work. Now to the tricky part here. Let's do side. We're gonna have to reline whatever those are, so I'm not too concerned. And I'm paying attention to the overall contrast we've been using this whole time to kind of determine how far to take the highlight, where it's going. Going down to the side. From zero to hero on the backpack. Obviously very illustrative. I want it to look like maybe linen or like something rough, like canvas, right? Something like that. Even though I'm sure there's some lore tied to Sam's backpack. It's where he like stores all the Eskimo kisses he gives Frodo. And it's made of elven anxiety and sexual frustration. It was given to him by Galadriel. Is that canon? Is that Lord of the Rings canon? I'm not sure. Okay. I'm gonna go a little bit darker. Go across the top. So funny, that angle on the bag is, I think, exactly 46 degrees, where I'm seeing the layer lines from the 3D print. So it was like literally tilted, like this angle would have hit right at that, so it's vertical. That's why it's more visible. Funny how that works. All right, so we've got metal. We've got his other bags in the front. We do have green here. I'm gonna take the phthalo green, mix it with a little bit of the regular green and a little bit of the oiled leather. There we go. Now we have a sort of believable green. I'm just gonna glaze over the plants. We'll let that dry. We don't have like a black. Let's do that. We'll do the pots and pans. Noir black, right here. Okay. So I want to be done with that within the next, like, I want to be done with him in the next 10 minutes in terms of major details. I don't want to rush, but if I'm going to be done after 2 hours, right, or like I'm going to do a 2-hour stream, then I'm just trying to time it effectively here. So I'm going to keep making this into a nice middle gray. I'm actually going to move it to part of the palette. I'm feeling too crowded over here. Might be too dark, a little bit more. There we go. There's always a cat here on me. So a bit of a diagonal highlight here on the rim. Top left and bottom right is getting most of the color. Then, like a true insane person, going into the crease here. Oh my gosh. Much thinner. Okay. We'll do the bottom reflection right here, just for sanity's sake, and then just taper away. Let's see. Side. Got a little ladle. Alright, so got those cracking. A little bit more white. I'm gonna add a little bit of the green just so we can kind of get it shifting differently. A little bit of phthalo green actually, I'll add. Alright. I think it seems to be a little bit brighter. That works. I'm gonna hit right on the inside edge. Oh, look at that. Okay, I'm super dumb. Amazing. Let me see if I can hide that. Good enough. Going back to a much brighter color here. Pretty much just for edges. I don't want to invest any more time in the metal obbies here. Since not the most important thing. Alright, so if we're looking at everything we've got done on him, pretty okay. I feel like this should be a different color down here. That's much better, right? I'm gonna kind of red right here. Boom. That was pretty thin. Alright, why are you so much brighter here? Go away. Oh, it's because there's a ridge. Whoopsies. That's fine. Okay, so we needed the edge to be brighter. Match up a little bit more. Okay, and then we have the plants. Too thin. Too watery. Let that dry. We'll go over here to work. Okay. What should we hop on to next here? Let's do... I feel like Sam has more details than Frodo. For sure. How are we looking? Okay. Then why don't we do something more difficult here? So I'm gonna mix up middle of the road, sort of darker gray. And let's see, we're gonna need the front. So it's going to be, if we divide this thing in two, top right is the furthest, sorry, back, okay, well anyway, whatever. We're just going to paint this complete with this color. And then I'll make a little bit more sense. Okay, so if we're dividing it down the middle, the bottom left is going to be the brightest, the top right is going to be the brightest. So there you go. Alright. And we're probably going to want it to be kind of brown at first and then more blue in the highlight. So I'm taking intense brown, mixing it into that gray, and then white to get us to our sort of first step here. Thin it with a bunch of water, clean my brush, make sure my brush is completely loaded. Boom, there we go. Alright. This just has to be dry. Now then, we're definitely cheating with the, you know what, we can cheat with this. Hold on. I was gonna say we can cheat on Frodo's sword because it's OSL, but there's no reason why we can't be smart about Sam's sword either. So what we'll do is we'll kind of just get it past the starting line here. Where did the... right there. Get my white. Way too much, but we'll see how that goes. That was bad. I did a oopsie. We'll get more water in there probably. Alright. And dry this boy off. Alright, we cheated a little bit. Bottom side of the sword, we'll just do a little taper. Alright, that should be good enough for us to do what we need. Okay. So, now then, whoa, just throwing paint at myself. Let's go back to a darker color. And then we'll touch up wherever it needs. Let's see, some white going on there. We go. A little bit more black. Alright. You can see what I'm doing is I'm just taking it darker down that side. Make sure it's dry. Okay, so now we've got our sort of like basic structure set up. Go a little bit darker. Look at that. That's a smooth transition, man. Gotta love it. Okay. No white on the palette. Oh no. What do we do? Oh no. Ah. You don't grab rust brown. Let's try to get white. Actually, I lied. I am going to take the auburn shadow that's out here to repaint the little section here. That way we're back full power, so we know where we're supposed to be at. Alright. And then I need a lot of water because I'm going to go down the center here so that I can make sure I know where I'm at there with our edges. Okay. We do need to retaper this edge. That fade did not go the way we planned. Here we go. Okay. So let's get very light here. Now, because this miniature is scaled up, the edge of that sword is like sort of like a blunt, flat edge, but we'll be able to make it work. I've dealt with the scale before, we can deal with it again. Okay, same thing on this edge. So really what I'm doing is I'm just going back and forth to clean everything up. Let's do that other interior edge here. So this is gonna be hard, right? Because we're going for this divot in the middle. Why I put the wash in there earlier, which wasn't really dark enough. So that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. That's how it goes sometimes. So now, let's add a little bit of color to the blade, so that way it's not so stagnant. A little bit of color. So let's get blue. I'm gonna take clear blue. Okay. Very super incredibly thinly. Almost nothing on the blade at all. I'm gonna go sort of in the center here up towards the top, just like that, and just taper with the brush, kind of move it around, and then just wipe it with water, wipe the edge off, everything like that. So I want that to be like a very thinly veiled afterthought of color once it dries. And then I'll take the oiled leather, do the same thing, but down here on the bottom half. Super thin, lots of water. So something like that. Sorry, Sydney messaged me. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna do another little glaze of color, and it's going to be like right in the center. So not in the darkest area, not in the brightest area. It's kind of in between. Back to our bright gray, clean up the edge. Just like that. Good enough for me. Okay. And then let's go ahead and do the handle, all that good stuff. So I'm just going to take tan skin. And I'm highlighting the edges closest to us. That's where that little highlight is going to rest, like that. Okay. And then the front edge, boom, boom, easy peasies. Okay, you're gonna get marigold yellow, so we can make it gold. We should highlight up his hair too. Seems crying out. Okay. Whoop, where am I pointing this thing? All right, nice and thin. Marigold yellow glaze. Is Stuart following along still? Yeah. So his schedule recently changed, and essentially he can't do it during the day the same time that he used to. So what we're trying is me essentially doing it and explaining it the same way that I would with him, and obviously too, since we're not talking like we always do, go a little bit faster and more in-depth, and then what he'll do is follow along like he normally does, just at a separate schedule, like in the evenings, right, like later than I would be able to do the sessions, and then we'll just kind of see how he can keep up with everything. But yeah, that was an unexpected change, so he's trying to work with the change to see if he can continue doing stuff. We're going to continue to work through pretty much all of, it's like, I don't remember how many miniatures, like 11 miniatures or something. Hello, pursue it later. There you go. Okay, so that's pretty good. Pretty decent gold. We can go deeper though in the shadow. Let's do the other edge. Okay. Yeah, let's do like a little bit. I'm gonna do a little bit of blue mixed in with our auburn shadow. I'm just gonna push that. We need more. There we go. I'm gonna push it right up against that top edge, right above the finger. I'm actually gonna line it. need to be a little bit darker. Do the same thing back here. Just like that. Okay. Okay. Looks like he's got a big old bright sword, huh? Thanks for sticking around for the most boring thing to paint ever. But that's how it goes. Alright. Where are we at time-wise? Let me see. 20 minutes. Well, we can't do the OSL on Frodo in 20 minutes, so why don't we just focus on finishing up Sam. And then next time we will start whoever is next, and then we will, do the OSL on Frodo and everything like that. So, all right, I'm gonna mess with his hair. So I just want to ruffle his feathers and mess with his hair. All right, so I'm gonna take the oiled leather, marigold yellow, some white. There we go. A little bit more marigold yellow. There we go. Brighten up the hair here. Like so. That isn't very noticeable. Hold up, maybe more white. More white, more yellow. There we go. I don't want to go too bright, but we are competing with the sword now, so we can do a bit more contrast. Okay. I need a little bit there on the left-hand side, huh? That should go a little bit brighter. See more white. Alright, I'm fine with that. Let's do some eyes and teeth. So the teeth, I'm just mixing like a very fine skin tone, obviously brighter than anything else around it. A little something like that. We should do like a doing dark skin and orange shadow, so I can go into the mouth here. Oh gosh. We'll go back and fix that later, but it should be, you know, more of like a pinkish tone. Okay, so the eyes, we need to do black first, or at least just a dark color. Put some of the black into the mouth too. Get pretty dark. Okay. Take some white. Do the corners of each eyeball until we hopefully get some eyes. So this is really hard for me to do on camera, but we will attempt it. How bad do we look? Not too bad. I can clean that up. Just want to make sure that's dry before I go back in with the dark color. Alright, let's highlight up the mouth. Back to skin tone. I just did like some rust brown to warm up the shadow underneath. I mean, I think that's pretty much as good as that's gonna get, so, but I will thin this out. Damn it. I just messed up the eye. I guess that's not bad. Okay. I need to make it the interior portion there on the left eye smaller. Okay. I'm just gonna do it off camera so I can actually get it done. Is that better? No. Close. don't hate that. Let's go back through the dark color in the middle of the sword. That's been bothering me this whole time. Alright, let's do the little satchel. I'm going to mix marigold yellow into intense brown. Do his bags and such. Hope you guys have enjoyed this today. I think it's gone decently well. Last night on Patreon we worked on Big Orc. Big Orc Loco. Got him right here. I know I shared an image of it, but really happy with everything that's going on with him. He looks insane. But we finished up the skin. I'm very pleased. If you're just... Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Drink that liquid IV. Yeah, it's the center line. I could have made it much darker, but me. Really digging up that stuff. Get our silver here. All that is in a place that's so dark that I don't think it necessarily matters all too much. So now what we can do is kind of tint some things. So, clear colors. Let's get clear purple, let's get clear red, let's get clear orange, and we already have the green out. And we'll do a whole new little area up here at the top of this palette. I have too much water in my wet palette, so it's literally like floating. Like it's just moving around. green. That wasn't good. I'm wondering what this color. There was like a. Oh, okay, it went away. Never mind. It was just wet. All right, so first, let me get some clear purple. Pushing it into the shadows here around the backpack strap, like so. I'm going to use the same thing too. And I'm going to do it up and around the intersecting portions of the shirt, so where like the arms meet the body. Tint it in there. Do a little bit more. Like so. Alright. And we'll do a little bit underneath the bottom of the sleeves too, right? But that's probably smart like this. Just a little touch of purple. Elbow over here. Okay. So I'll help kind of shift that up a little bit. Now then, I need to get like, let's do red. We'll get clear red and we'll go right around the wrists. Most likely. Most likely. Alright. So like right in here. Right there. A little bit of lining. Let's see what else we can do. Put a little bit here. Strap on the bag. Just for a little change. Let's do some like right at the bottom of the neck. Yeah, back here, so where this meets the bag, do some red. Same here. Now the bag itself I want to use, let's use phthalo green. I'm going to put this like more obtuse tint towards the bottom of it all. Mostly right because we used a red in the shadows next to it, so green would make sense. I'm gonna use this to line this thing we haven't painted yet. See more water. Right here. Something like that. Alright, let's see. What game is this used for? It's not used for a game. So this is a scaled up RNEstudio sculpt. And today we're working on Frodo and Sam. So Frodo, we finished up everything, but his sword's going to be glowing with blue. So we don't that's why I didn't finish out or highlight up like the right hand shoulder there or the top of anything like this. So we're going to do the OSL next time. And we're just sort of like finishing out Sam and anything random sort of that we can think of with him. So I'm gonna mix the clear orange and purple. Oh, we didn't do the bedroll. So I'm gonna put this on the bottom of the bedroll here. We'll do the bedroll probably next time. Do we have to catch these off? And yeah, these are for, this is like Patreon stuff. Essentially what we're doing today. Time to sneak into a bank. No, I mean, I'm just saying too many messages fly by here. I am kind of preoccupied, right? So I don't even necessarily see like whatever the most recent thing is. Let's see. I think that's pretty much it. I mean, I might yellow out the kneecap here a little bit, and that's it. So next time, like I said, so it'll be on Tuesday whenever we come back and work on these, but I'm happy with the way that Sam looks, tinting the sword. Sword took us a while, obviously, making sure the eyes didn't look as terrible as possible. But he's definitely at a place where, 5 minutes of work, he's finito. And then Frodo obviously will be our main focus next time. And then I'm not sure who will be next. They're obviously really big, right? Because these are RNEstudio stuff, so their scale is already relatively large. It's not like the Daybreak stuff that's like 32 mil, like proper proportion. So, like Boromir is like this big, right? So we may do Aragorn and Boromir next time. I don't know, we'll see. It's a large selection. But yeah, and then I'm trying to think, this weekend is a Patreon class. I think it is the cloth class that we're going to be doing, so that should be pretty fun. And then, I don't know, again, last night we worked more on this big print, so this is for the Atelier deal, and having fun with that. I still think the knee is the best knee I've ever painted, right? But who cares? But we definitely did a ton of color work last night, and that was all kinds of good fun. So hopefully we can ruin, right, the rest of the miniature should be our goal, to ruin this by the time we're done with it. And so that'll be next Wednesday, and then I'm trying to think, Monday will be the first miniature for Miniature Monday. I do need to post which one we're going to be doing first. And we could do the big guy. I'm saying big guy, of course. I'm saying big guy because I have it printed so large. But we could do this one first. He should be a lot of fun, I'm thinking. But what's funny too is like the normal size, he's this big. He's not huge, but anyway, that is it for today. So thanks for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed as I, tried not to ruin these minis, but I think they're pretty much ready to go. Next time will be a lot of fun just because we're doing the OSL, like I said. Sam's ready to rock and roll. I could go like real pro mode here and position Frodo like this, and then do the glow on Sam's shoulder and on the side of his face, like they're standing next to each other. And that way you could, do a little diorama display with both of them next to each other. But we will have to cross that bridge when we get there. So, but either way, I will holler at you guys later. I hope you have a good rest of your day, and might see me tomorrow, might not, I don't know.